Hey folks, it's been a while, but we are back and we are being joined again by Alvin Robestad. You can find him at Anvil Smash. Good to have you back, Alvin.
All right, glad to be here.
He's a little busted up. I noticed he's got a cast on the arm, and I did notice a scrape on the right knee. I'm sure we'll get a story out of him here.
He sounds chipper. He sounds chipper.
Oh, well, yeah.
Chipper.
Or jipper.
Yeah, we got Mike Stang over there, and we.
What's up, Internet? We are back. This show, of course, brought to you by Audible.com. Go to Audible for all your audio books. You got something you want to read, but you don't want to read it. You know when you get into that predicament? Just have somebody else read it to you. Who does all the books? Do you think somebody has a good gig doing all the books? Like the general one?
There probably is a guy who does the majority of them, but I think they're done by companies. I think we got a draft coming in.
That's good.
Well, there's a general company, I think, that like a lot of people go through.
She'll be famous one day. She'll marry Michael Buffer or
So
something.
it's a dude, I think.
Okay.
But I think companies do it because Bert Kreischer, like he hired a company and he had to go and sit down with them and read the book, and then they made it into the audiobook.
As you can tell, we use Audible.com all the time. So go to Audible.com through our website at justicemess.com.
And
get yourself some audiobooks.
check out Amazon, amazon.ca. Go to our website, click the link. Anything you want to buy, Amazon will have it. If not, give me a call. I'll phone them. I'll see what I can do for you. Got a little bit of pull around that place. They are also, they own Audible, by the way. Fun little fact for you there.
And if you want to support the show and you want to shave your goddamn face, go to our goddamn website and go to goddamn Dollar Shave Club.
God damn it, just click the link.
Shave your face. For $1 a month, he'll send you the razors, but not in Canada. In Canada, he'll send them to you for $3 a month.
$3.50.
$3.
Oh, and PST.
Pretty bitty.
God damn.
You're going to have to play duty at the border, too, if you want to pick them up. So they're not actually going to come to you. They'll be at the post office waiting. And lastly, but not least, our favorite is probably Onnit. Go to our website, click the link, go to Onnit. They're a total human optimization website. Bestseller is probably Alpha Brain. I started taking New Mood, Shroom Tech Sport. I take a lot of their shit. I feel great.
And taking mystery pills at work is a great way to blend in. Hey, what are those? Don't worry about it.
Yeah, we Alvin, you got hooked up. We got a bottle of Shroom Tech Sport there.
Yep. It
You went and did.
I did take them. And
he's a tough mutter. We got a tough mutter on our hands.
Yeah, I got a story. It involves the cast, it involves Tough Mudder, and it involves extra days in Whistler. Yeah, it's a good story.
Why did nobody sign it? Should we sign it after?
No. I didn't let anybody sign it because I knew people would just draw dicks on it.
Anybody who tweets into the show gets to draw a dick.
Because I knew because I know if someone gives me a marker and a cast, I'm just gonna draw a dick on it because it's funny. Dicks are funny. And
come on down to the studio. Come on down to head offices and sign Alvin's cast.
Yeah. It is a barn burner in the studio today.
There's only so much space, folks.
Yep.
Companies be lining up to pay for it.
Okay, so Alvin, let's start off with a story.
Okay, the story about the cast. All right, went down to Whistler. I was gonna go do the Tough Mudder, Whistler 2014. This is the third time I've gone. It's always great. Whistler's always fun. I think there was 12,000 starts for the Saturday race. So it's just full of people, like fit people that are there to enjoy themselves and have a good time. Lots of accommodations in Whistler.
You get a ton of Facebook likes too.
Oh yeah.
While you're at it.
Yep. So we stayed in we stayed in a place that was a great location, but honestly, it was a shithole. It was just me and my one other friend from Victoria.
I like that boulder.
And there was a Murphy bed and a hide-a bed, and you couldn't walk from the washroom to the kitchen with the hide-a bed out. So it was it was a cave. It was where two guys could sleep, not side by side, lock the door and not get robbed. That's what it had going for it, and that's what we paid for, and that's what we deserved.
Just a place for a couple guys.
So we stay in this place, and there's no hotel service. It's just a condo. Someone had to go in there and clean up after us. But so we're staying in this place.
Where's the guy?
And it's
Stefan's not here. He's
no.
He's on vacation. Took 2 weeks off.
Jesus.
So we're there,
and
Thursday night. The race is Saturday. Thursday night, we're like, all right, fuck it, man. We don't have to rest up. We don't have to do anything tomorrow. like World Cup's on. We're just gonna watch a couple soccer games. We're gonna chill out. We're not gonna get too loaded on Friday. But right now it's Thursday, and we're gonna get fucked up, and we're gonna meet people, and we're gonna have a good time.
Yeah.
So go to the bar, like go to like hit a pub, hit another pub, go to another pub. Guys on the town. So we end up at this one bar named Tapley's. Great place. They have darts, so we got some darts. I gave him my firearms acquisition certificate, my FAC, because I want some ID to get the darts. And I didn't get that at
to get darts, like throwing darts.
Yeah, just throwing darts.
They wanted fire.
Well, they just wanted ID, and that's what I had on on me. So I gave him that, and then I fucking forgot it. So like, I really and then I don't have it right now. And someone said you have to report that to the police. So I'll do that, but not today. So anyway, we're at Tapley's. We're playing darts with some Filipino guy named Caesar. Great dude. We're doing shots.
Caesar.
I
know Caesar.
Yeah. Fun guy. So we close up shop, and like it's a straight 800-meter walk, like a kilometer walk from this bar back to our place. There's no stairs. There's no ramps. There's nothing. It's flat pavement all the way there. Yet, we blacked out. Like really, I don't. My buddy had his Fitbit on, and between midnight and 2:00, we did over 8,000 steps. So we were technically lost. We were just wandering around Whistler.
You're moving though.
Yeah, like how the fuck did we? So
gaining some ground though.
Yeah, gaining ground. So, and this is all hearsay. I mean, like I said, I blacked out. I don't really remember the fall, but yeah, we were just walking down some stairs, some concrete steps, and the last 4 stairs, I just decided that I wasn't going to be doing stairs anymore, and just fucking stepped out
stairs,
like they weren't.
Bro.
Yeah.
Nail it.
You don't know me, so
no way, bro. Watch this. Fuck stairs. So
I hit the ground. Both wrists. Like the other wrist, one broke. The other one was really damaged. Thankfully, I didn't.
That's the labeled injury. Broken wrist.
Broken wrist. So
Doctor's call.
and I hit my head, and then I damage to my knee. Lost about a good quarter ounce of meat off of there. So
quarter ounce of meat.
Oh, fucking tore my pants, my new pants, my great pants. I was really upset about that. But
fuck.
So we limp our way. My buddy's laughing his head off. So we get back to the room, and I'm doing the Family Guy like for like 15 minutes holding my wrist, and he's like, "Oh, come on, man, it ain't that bad." So fuck, he's not a doctor, but he was to me. So
he was to me.
Yeah. So we go to bed, and I wake up in the morning, and I look at my hands, and I'm in a lot of pain, and I'm like, "Oh man, like it's really bent, like really to one side." And my friend wakes up, Lonnie wakes up, and he's like, "Yeah, you should go see a doctor. That really looks broken." So, well, in Whistler, there's like I said, our room was a shithole, but it had a great location. We were right above a walk-in clinic.
Yeah.
So I went downstairs. It's like 5 after 8 in the morning. I'm the first one there, and he just opened up. Get to see the doctor right away. This is Canada, so all you got to do is show them a care card. Everything's free. So
let me explain this for the rest of the world listening.
Yeah.
Around here, they take you as you come.
Yep. So I go in
it's a
there.
great gig.
He looks at my hands. And he's like, "Yeah, this wrist looks all right. This one definitely broken. You need to go to the X-ray." So X-ray again in Whistler. Everything's like Whistler is like a capital of mountain biking and skiing and snowboarding and adventure sports area. So this emergency room is used to getting lots of broken parts. So I go to emergency or go to X-ray. I walk pretty much right in, sit down for a couple of minutes, take a number. Some guy comes up. "All right, you're next." Takes a picture of my hand, emails it back to the doctor. He's like, "All right, go back to your doctor." And that was it. And so I go back to the doctor, 200 meters back up the road. He's already looked at the pictures. He's like, "Yeah, that one's broken. It's got a fracture of the radius. Let's go get that cast on." No bullshit. Time in, X-ray, cast, out on the street by 8:30. 25 minutes.
Sweet
Really?
Jesus.
Yeah. Well, people break shit in Whistler all the time. They even like, "Oh, this is our bread and butter. We're gonna do
fucking
5."
assembly line.
Yeah.
You got a
he's like-
drive-through.
He's like, "We do like 5 wrists a day, like a few collarbones, ankles." Like, yeah,
We got interns casting you up.
Yeah, it's like a Ford assembly plant, man. They just fire you through, and I was really happy with the service. Life was good.
Yeah.
So
So did you do Tough Mudder?
I I did do Tough Mudder.
with the wrist.
You're a tough
Yeah.
mudder.
The next day, we garbage bagged it all up and taped it all up.
As you do.
And I mean, I couldn't go through the wet obstacles. Like, I couldn't get my cast wet.
Oh, nice excuse.
Yeah. Oh,
What else is
I
there
thought
to
it was
do?
legitimate.
Climb the wall, monkey bars.
Yeah, there was a
Probably
couple of
opted out of those.
Well, even things that I had to grip, I obviously
Yeah.
couldn't grip too well. So I think I did, out of 20 obstacles, I did 4.
Just
So it
the
was
just the
basically
quick
a-
feet in the
it's-
tires the whole way.
Yeah. Yeah, it was
It was basically a run.
yeah,
went for a
that's
good
it. It was
jog.
basically a 20-kilometer run through the mountains.
That's how long it is.
Yeah. It was
I need to find out more about this Tough Mudder because
it's a lot of fun.
This picture here, if you guys can look, that just seems like a hassle. Like, I don't feel like she should be called a Tough Mudder.
do you think she's really that way or she's a model that's put in a wheelchair?
No,
that's definitely her.
Okay, all right.
But I feel like she's
know her then?
cheating. You know her then. No, I don't. But judging by the size of her upper body,
She needs some
and
mud
her
tires,
lower
bro.
body, her biceps are bigger than her quads.
well, yeah, because her legs don't work, Alex. Like that would be-
Exactly. That's what I'm getting at here to Mr.
Wow,
Michael
you guys
Stang.
are
over
really
here.
harsh.
You know,
Jesus, her legs don't work. Leave her alone.
you're the one calling her a liar. I think she's just sitting in a damn chair. Look at this bitch. Pull me through the court.
You don't know her story, bro.
She's got number 9616 on her forehead.
That's part of it that creeps me out.
They just put a number on your
Yeah,
forehead.
it's like
Yeah.
Hunger Games shit.
Well, that's
Jesus.
well, no, they give you a little number to wear on your front, but those get ripped off in the obstacles. So,
Why do they need to know your number again?
because there's all kinds of professional photographers throughout the race taking pictures, and then they just they got to, like, no one's gonna sort through this shit by hand. I mean, but they got a computer that just looks for numbers, and then they'll email you a few weeks later all the pictures of you, and you can buy certain pictures of you if you think you look good, if you think you look badass, and then you can that's just another way to get paid. Yeah, and it works. I mean, I bought some pictures like the first year.
And it works.
I looked, there was no good photos of me. But last year I bought a couple, and yeah, it's a worthwhile endeavor.
I feel like I just found out that I have something against people writing anything on my forehead. I'd be like, no, fuck you, man. Anywhere but my forehead.
You don't have to. Like, I don't.
Right, but
No.
I'm sure a lot of people do.
Yeah, some people really get into it. Like there's costume wearers and
But see, this seems like something you would pay to go to. Like all the pictures I see,
Mhm.
they don't look extremely strenuous. I guess a couple of them do, but a lot of it looks like track and field day at high school.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of vertical at the Whistler one. I mean, that's for sure. I mean, you're going up hills, you're going down hills. Like,
Do people not finish?
Yeah, isn't
oh
there
yeah,
a lot
lots of people
stuff?
don't finish. Yeah,
Isn't
They
there a lot
just
of stuff
tap
people opt
out.
out of? Don't they fucking electrocute you at the end or
yeah,
something?
yeah. They got an electric
that seems
fence
stupid.
thing that hangs down at the end, and
I'm not doing
That just makes me feel like it's some sort of fucking cattle. It's fucking drive where these people just line up to get electrocuted. Like that's what you're doing there.
well,
No, I could
it
take
is
it.
Tough Mudder. You
I
don't
can
have to
take
be
it.
the Tough Mudder. You can be like
This guy's hilarious.
yeah. You can be the not tough mudder. Yeah, that guy's a beast, but
He's funny.
he's insane.
What, like he's really good at Tough Mudder?
Oh yeah, he's super tough. He like drowns himself in ice water and then runs around in the snow, and he can do push-ups with all his hands on like medicine balls and stuff like that, and his feet. Like he's very strong, very
He's a Tough
coordinated.
Mudder.
Yeah, yeah.
A lot of CrossFit people at Tough Mudder.
yeah. You know what? You can't avoid him.
A little
can't
bit of,
avoid
little bit
it.
of cross
They're-
promotion there.
No, there's those CrossFit guys. I mean, that's like a church that just makes you work out. Like I can't buy into that. Myself, I don't get CrossFit.
Well, it's fascinating that that's what some people need.
yeah.
Like that's what gets them into working out. Is as long as they can belong to a team, or they can
Yeah,
feel
but
like they're participating in
And it's
something with.
really expensive.
But CrossFit is just basically it's making like fitness a sport, isn't it?
Kind of.
Well,
You
they
know,
have
like-
those CrossFit games.
Yeah.
That's
those
what I
CrossFit,
mean. Like
but
before, like there's no way to just like
just be strong and fit.
compete
Yeah.
at being good at the gym. Like
Yeah.
there's powerlifting, I guess. But it's not just like you're not an athlete. You're just a really strong dude.
It's all around
So
fitness.
it's
I
where
mean,
CrossFit is just turning like athleticism into a sport
yeah.
where you can take like anything else. You had to be an athlete, but you also better be able to catch a football and run, or you better be able to hit a jump shot. Or is where this is just like you just got to be in shape, man.
My
See,
problem.
I still think the money lies in doing American Gladiators again.
oh,
That was
against
perfect.
a bunch of
Guys
roided out-
on huge juice that shoot tennis balls at you while you shoot a fucking Nerf gun into targets.
I like
This
that
is awesome.
American Ninja Warrior. That show's
That's those
sweet.
guys are that's someone you would see a Tough Mudder. That's
Yeah,
that's
those
the
are
that's the
CrossFit.
guy at the
Those
head of the
free
pack.
runner,
is-
the
yeah.
parkour guy.
That's the Asian version of Tough Mudder.
Yeah.
I guess it's a little shorter. It's for TV, right?
Yeah, like it's,
See, there's a
It's way
fine line
shorter. It's
between.
a minute. You
Yeah.
have like a minute to get to an obstacle
Yeah.
course. It's
There's-
like MXC but serious.
Yeah, there's like a fine line between
Yeah.
you're on a game show where they line you up to get hurt, like that
Yeah.
Wipeout show or whatever, and then you're actually doing like an obstacle course, or they just want to see you eat shit.
yeah. Wipeout is it's a what's the word I'm looking for? It's a guilty pleasure.
That MXC
really.
show was hilarious when
The
they dubbed,
commentary
they dubbed
was a-
over the commentary.
Yeah.
The commentary was the best part of
Oh
it.
man, it was so good.
They
Yeah.
just fucking rip into guys.
Asians love their fucking game shows, man. If you go Asian game show on YouTube, you'll sit there for a day, day and a half. You'll forget to drink water. It's fucking hilarious.
I found out there's a game show called Whammy. That's pretty sweet.
Hmm.
There used to be. Probably back in your day.
Yeah, they were thinking of you. Oh, so my Tough Mudder story. So
Right.
anyway, I run with this. Like I said, I hit my head on the pavement pretty hard when I fell. Didn't I had a little bit of scrape on my face, but no symptoms at all of a concussion. And the next day, no symptoms. And I went and ran the race, no symptoms. I go to the bar after the race, and we hold court for
Started feeling a bit of
no,
symptoms.
like for like 10 hours, and then finally we shut her down and go back to the room. Well, I wake up Sunday morning, and I can tell something's wrong. Something's really wrong. Like the room is spinning, and I gotta vomit. I've been hungover before. This isn't a hangover. Like this is like something's not right. So I'm bouncing off walls, trying to make my way to the washroom. And then I'm standing there for a while, and I'm like, holy shit, why am I so... So I actually thought I had a stroke. I'm not fucking kidding you. I thought I had a stroke. Like, I'm looking in the mirror, and I'm sticking out my tongue, and I'm lifting up my arms and shit. Like, I'm like, seeing if,
Lewis.
yeah,
Benedine.
yeah, seeing if, if my face drooped to one side, I'm like, oh, fuck, man. Like, I'm not right.
Yeah.
But then, because of the, I'm so sick. Like, I just can't stop vomiting. Sorry to gross everybody out, but... So eventually my buddy gets up and he's like, oh man.
All the fine people listening
Yeah.
to this fucking film.
Yeah. So he's like, fuck, like you're really bent. I'm like, this isn't a hangover. He goes, oh really? So he's kind of bugging me for a bit. And then after about a half hour, he's like, nah, like, you're not right. So I'm like, well, what do we eat? Like, it's got to be food poisoning. Like fucking, I ate somebody's fucking, I got some E. coli or something. So,
Is my tiramisu good?
Yeah.
Is that good to you?
I had a falafel.
oh, I thought that was something.
3 egg omelet.
No, we got
Spinach.
That was it. Okay, so anyway, after a couple hours, my Lonnie has to go back to Victoria, and I'm fucked. Like I realize, holy shit, I can't drive. I'm so dizzy. Like something's wrong. So I go to hotels.com. Hotels.com does not pay me to say this, but goddamn, I love me some hotels.com. So
Really?
Fuck, I go there on my phone, and I just want, because I'm staying in a shithole. I'm like, well, fuck, if I got to convalesce and just lay on my ass until I start feeling better, I'm not staying in this dump. I'm gonna go to where they have like nice beds and shit like that.
Yeah.
Have explosive diarrhea over there
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
on their fucking towel.
Yeah. So go to hotels.com and fuck, what comes up? The Delta in Whistler. Like the Delta's a nice hotel.
Fine establishment.
Like it's like 300 and
I
change.
shit everywhere.
Regular price. Hotels.com, $119. Yep. Fuck, I'm pretty happy. So
What a steal.
yeah,
Hot
and
dang.
and it's only like about a kilometer away, or not even, like less than that. I'm like, oh fuck, I can do that without falling over. I can walk that far. So
No problem.
I'm on my way to the hotel.
20K Tough Mudder.
I'm on my way to the hotel, and my friend, he's been on the road for about half an hour, and he texts me. He's like, dude, I think you have a concussion. You should go back to that doctor. So I'm like, oh, well, fuck yeah, maybe. I don't know. I hit my head 2 days ago, but it's possible. Like, I'm not a doctor, so fucking, I make my way back to the doctor. He looks at me right away, and he's like, you got a concussion. I was like, I'm like, whoa, I didn't have any symptoms. He goes, you actually ran that race? Yeah, you shouldn't have done that. I'm like, you fucker, like if you told me on Friday morning when my head was all rattled that I shouldn't run the race, but you didn't say shit. Like, well, yeah, anyway. Well, you shouldn't have done that. So he's has me do a couple things. He's like, well, it's not a severe concussion, but yeah, you definitely shouldn't drive, and you should just go lay in a dark room.
This guy sounds like a real buzzkill.
Yeah, he was a young guy. He had a fanciful haircut. He looked like Doogie Howser and shit. So
little bit too much talking there,
Yeah.
Doc.
Yeah. So
All right, concussion. Fine, I'll leave.
So I'm like, he goes, yeah, don't even watch TV. I'm like, fucking, come on, like, fucking anybody can watch TV. He wasn't fucking kidding.
Yeah.
I get to the room, it hurt to watch TV. Like I
It's
could watch
light
like 5
sensitivity,
lights,
eh?
and I was like,
Yeah,
holy
man.
this is the first time I've ever had my bell rung.
Yeah.
So close off this long, enduring story. I spent 20 hours in a dark, quiet room trying to get
Alone.
my head right enough.
But you're not supposed to fall asleep either. It's fucking catch 22.
he said it was okay to
Horseshit.
sleep. Yeah, like pretty much I just walked into the hotel. They were very nice because I called ahead and I'm like, I need an early check-in. I
have
to
a
fucking
concussion.
lie down now. Yeah. You're not kidding? That's exactly what I said.
Do you have rooms? I have
Yeah.
a concussion.
Yep. I walk in there and yeah, I'm like, I'm the
looking
guy who called about the
for-
concussion. I need a
Can you alert the concussion staff, please?
They,
Tell them I need a quiet room and I will be evaluated whenever I can.
they're like, do you need help getting to your room? And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
I would like Everybody Loves Raymond on in the background, but I don't want to have to look at the TV
Yeah.
because it hurts my eyes. I have a concussion.
That's how I go to bed every night.
Yeah. So I fucking
Hey, Raymond.
so I limp my ass to the room, lay there. So I get up in the morning. Let me get fuck. Like, all right, I got to drive home like 6 hours. Like, all right, fuck. You know how when you drive, you got the tunes on, you're eating chips. You can
You
do
drove
whatever the
home?
fuck you want. Yeah, I shouldn't have fucking drove. Like,
Oh,
really,
perfect.
I was in bad. Like, I was like 10 and 2, no radio. Happy to fucking follow somebody because I didn't I couldn't turn my head, man, like
Yeah.
really fast because I
No
get all
radio.
dizzy and shit. I was a hazard on the road, and I apologize to the road driving public, but fucking yeah, that was terrible. But anyway, so I made it home. Got to miss a few days of work, and
Well,
yeah,
there's
this is my first. Actually, no, not first. I'm bullshitting. A couple days ago, I had one beer. This injury was 3 weeks ago, because the doctor's like, "Don't drink, don't fucking drink. It'll really set you back." So I'm like, okay,
he
so,
comes
yeah.
on address this mess.
Yep.
And
So then I was like, well, I can't do a podcast without some drinking. So I'm enjoying this rather large Beck's beer right now, and
I dig the honesty level.
Yep.
That's what this podcast is all about.
people
I was a
helping
hazard
people.
on the road. I could have took a life. I might have. Says it right here. for
Well, what
everybody
I did
here.
do, actually,
the man
was,
who stands up, he goes on on a huge show like this and just admits something.
This is on record.
This is fantastic.
well, about halfway there was these guys hitchhiking. So I'm like, well, it'd be nice to have someone. It'd be nice to have someone to scream if I'm fucking flying off the road here, because I'm not sure how long I can stay
I
conscious.
don't want to die alone.
Yeah.
Buckle up there, Caleb.
So I don't tell. And first, I mean, when you're picking up hitchhikers, I mean, you got to make some quick evaluations. Like, are these guys going to stab me, or are these, what do these guys look like? So on the drive-by, I noticed they got like a laptop out and some really expensive camera equipment. I'm like, well, either they're into making
That
snuff
they just
films
stole.
of guys that fucking picked them up from hitchhiking, but even if they did, they'd have a vehicle. So you know what? I felt pretty safe. So these guys jump in, a couple French dudes, like from France.
Okay.
Yeah, like the one
From
guy.
France.
Yeah, not like
These aren't the
From
fucking
Marseille,
Quebecois.
Lyon.
yeah, these guys aren't from Trois Rivières. Like, these guys are like fucking. So the one guy is from Brittany and just north of Paris, and the other guy is from, it was news to me. It's Reunion Island. Reunion Island is a French overseas colony east of Madagascar in the middle of the Indian Ocean. But it's like a little piece of tropical fucking France. And that's where this guy's from. I'm like, why are you here, man? Like, fucking, he's like, oh, I want to see a bear. I'm like,
I want to see a bear.
fuck, all right, no problem.
We'll see what we can do for you here.
Yeah, they were making their way to Fairbanks, Alaska, to go see that bus that fucking moron died in from that Into the Wild
right.
or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
really? That's your
destination.
it's gonna be a letdown, man. It's just a rusty bus.
I don't know. The French are assholes.
So anyway, they kept me awake, and fuck, I gave them a ride all the way to PG, and they seemed legitimately happy about it. So yeah, I hope they do well.
I have a buddy who told me a hitchhiking story. Said he picked up these hitchhikers. They were from
France.
no, not France. They're from Flin Flon. No,
Moose John, Saskatchewan.
one was Australian and one was Italian or something, like a guy and a girl, a couple. They were going to UVic, and what they were doing, they were hitchhiking up to Rupert or Kitimat. Anyway, he picked them up around 100 Mile or some shit. We're really just triangulating
I
ourselves.
know. I love it. All the hardcore fans have found it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, he picks them up, and he's like, "Okay, well, I'll take you guys like as far as Prince George because that's where I'm going." And They're like, okay, that's perfect. Cause
Really? This fucking 6-shooter says otherwise. We're going to Kitimat, sir.
Buckle up. He's like, they're like, oh, that's perfect, because that's where we're actually planning. We gotta catch a bus in Prince George anyway. He's like, oh, really? She's like, yeah. Everyone told us it's not safe to hitchhike after Prince George.
No, it's not.
And you're like, Jesus, these people are from where? Yeah. And they heard not to hitchhike after Prince George. Yeah. That Highway of Tears has really got a hold of people. That gets around.
But I'll tell you what, that bus they were getting on that Greyhound ain't a fucking safe ride either, right?
They all, yeah, no doubt, hey?
It's not a sure shot, you know, and there's no insurance for fucking getting your head cut off.
Oh, man.
There's no stem cell research.
Yeah, man, that's what we're going
to fuck. Riding the bus is just, I mean, some people have to do it. I've done it, and it's fucking terrible.
Okay, let me ask you this. Do you follow that fucking jihadist Joe on Twitter?
Yeah.
How crazy is that guy?
That is, he's pretty inflammatory. It's pretty funny.
Holy smokes, man. The pictures he posts, they make me gag.
Yeah, there's some crazy
But
shit.
It's real.
Yeah.
And you're like he's going out there.
Yeah. He's
against the premier fucking don't shit talk me people in the whole world.
Exactly.
You shit talking are going to blow you up. Like, there's no way they're not tracking his Twitter.
Yeah.
But he shows very graphic pictures of beheadings.
Well, because they broadcast that shit themselves.
Yeah,
I
know.
They're proud of that. Like, yeah, look.
But he's bringing it to such a social medium.
Yeah. Okay, what's this guy's name?
Jihadist Joe.
Jihadist Joe.
He's like
talks some real shit about those fucking muzzies.
Jihadist.
Holy crow.
Oh, he's got like there's dudes taking pictures of selfies like with fucking heads, like a head, like hey, someone, like
Yeah, they cut somebody's head off.
Yeah, that shit ain't.
And stoning women where they bury them up to their. Just so their elbows are in and their shoulders over their head.
Kill you like it's like that Aquaman.
Yeah, that's that. Well, this is a prank account. Like it's a parody account.
Yeah,
and he just pretends to be this hardcore jihadist, but it's like so stupid and eccentric.
He plays it up. It's
because it's all supposed to be.
Well, he mocks what
fodder.
should be fucking mocked. Like
absolutely.
Like if your beliefs aren't up to mockery, maybe your beliefs are like.
But the more famous you get doing this, like no one ever was anti-Muslim, super famous.
Yeah.
And pull like Salman Rushdie, I think he's out there somewhere. Yeah. But other than that, they find you and they fucking you die.
Well, this guy,
they don't play that shit. They just don't.
This guy ain't got no fear. He's UK, so you know, like, I mean, they cut that fucking guy's head.
They have a presence there, man. Yeah, they got presence.
Oh, yeah, huge presence,
pretty much everywhere. But
they
certainly in the UK.
Well, you know what? He calls out Western liberals on their bullshit too, eh? Like, I lean as far left as fucking anybody. I mean, all the gay rights and abortions you want, like, I don't give a shit. Like, I pay a lot of taxes. I like public education. I like my single payer of health care.
Don't touch my fucking guns.
But what I don't like is how like everybody gets a voice. Everybody gets to be equally heard, no matter how fucking stupid they are. It's like, no, if you're stupid, you should be told that you're fucking stupid. And if your views are oppressive, even if they're contrary to the normal, the right-wing Christian type thing, like even if they're contrary and dumb, they're just as bad as being right-wing and dumb. They're so fucking dumb.
I thought up that before, and I was trying to devise some sort of class system where if you're completely ridiculously dumb, you just don't get to vote. And I've thought about it long. It's like, where do you draw this line? What tests can you do? How can you figure this? Because there's some sure thought.
What did you come up with,
right?
Doc?
There's like, just like a pedophile probably shouldn't just go to jail, but he should die. Mm-hmm. You know that there's people that are so stupid they should be able to live, but they shouldn't vote.
Yeah,
they shouldn't be able to have a hand in, like they shouldn't be around.
So where are we drawing the line in the sand here?
Well, it's impossible. That's why I've only gotten this
far. That's why people who shouldn't have children.
Taking away anyone's freedom is always the barrier you hit.
So what you're saying, Stinger, is
always
that you're not smart enough to draw the line. You can't figure it out.
No, nobody can because there's too many of us.
I think I know one guy.
You can, but it has to be totalitarian and it has to be enforced, and people aren't going to like it, and you're going to have a resistance that you have to squash somehow for it to come into place.
Did you see that judge who called out the fucking Supreme Court? He told him to fucking stuff it up there or shut the fuck up. This judge, because it's
Judge Reinhold.
Oh no, it was Judge Joe Brown actually. I don't know if you're familiar with him, but it was it's not on CNN. No, I don't want to see that. Judge Reinhold. What it was is I guess there's major corporations in the States now.
Oh, the Hobby Lobby thing, yeah, where they go.
Well, they're
contraception issue.
It's to do with their birth control.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? Yeah. People
Yeah.
fucking lost it over that.
So
fuck yeah.
they're saying that as long as the corporate, because they treat the corporations as people.
Yeah.
So they're saying this corporation has a religious view, and they're saying the religious view is what, a Catholic or Christian or whatever.
Yeah, they're
and
ultra
you're,
Catholic.
Yeah, and you're not allowed. So you're not allowed birth control. So we won't.
We're not
buy
going to
it.
pay for the
We're not
birth
paying for your
control.
birth control. Like, how can a corporation have a fucking like?
It's
that
one
is
of the
fucking
blurry.
retarded.
It's one of the blurriest lines ever
Like,
created
when are they gonna
out of
get?
nothing.
When are they gonna fix that?
It's insane.
It's crazy down there. I don't know how. Why the fuck would my boss need to know anything about my prescriptions? Like that's
All that does is let you know that there's people in positions of real power that have ass backwards beliefs. That's the only way stuff like that gets through.
Yeah.
Is they believe in it and they want it to be that way.
And the thing is, the motherfucker
It's
covered.
crazy.
I don't think they believe in it. They it's money, man. They just realize this is another way to make more money.
So those people in the positions of power, whoever has this crazy money, have these ass backwards beliefs.
Well, that's the thing. Like,
well, they don't. It's not that they don't believe in paying for birth control.
You think they only didn't want to pay for birth control because of the money?
Yeah. That's
Oh
what I
no,
think.
the thing is, this guy covered birth control under his employee health plan until Obamacare came in. So only because he was forced to carry health insurance for his employees, you don't do the mandate in the U.S. That's when he was like, well, now it's against my religion. Like he was just rocking the boat, and the boat got rocked.
So maybe not only just money, but also political influence.
Yeah. So here's the real question, and it was posed on many pundits and all the rest. Was what's going to be the first company owned by Islamic people that decide, you know what, I'm not paying for whatever the fuck that they don't like.
No, there's legitimately
Yeah.
businesses, there's grocery stores where the Muslim cashiers do not have to ring up pork and meat and shit.
Yeah,
There's a North American country that allowed them to refuse to ring that up, and you go to another cashier.
Really?
It's like if I stood in this line,
was them to set back
that's your
company.
fucking job. Like your job is to ring shit in. Like
I don't like how we I have no problem with immigration and people coming over, but I don't like how we bend over backwards for them.
That's the thing.
It's
That's
like
the Western level.
they're like,
thing
oh, well,
about
we want you to sing the national anthem in Punjabi now,
no,
just like you do in French and English. It's like, you fucking kidding? Like, and then they have a big uproar because we don't want to do it.
No, it's really wild. But we're this. That was the dream of the West or America, and then everything that branched off it was that everybody got to come and everybody got to be their way. But there's a certain culture to America. Like after a few hundred years, you've built a culture, you've built laws, you've built way things are. You've made that so, and then people come over and they want their way shoved in just for them. And there's so much bleeding heart that goes around in a democracy that you're just like, okay, well, we can give them this, but then you give them an inch, they take a mile, and you're just like, oh fuck, like how far are we gonna go? Like now this broad doesn't have to she can wear her little dashiki over her face while she's in the bank. Like we can't have people masked in the bank.
No,
you can't wear that shit. You got to show your face. And no, we don't have guys here that'll throw acid in your face if you do it, because we don't allow that either. Because that guy can't come over and say, well, hey, she's sitting right there. I got to throw acid in her face. That's my fucking religion. You're not going to throw me in jail for that. Like, no, we draw the line. Like, no acid in the face. She can't even be masked. But then these certain Hindu religions carry around that sword all the time. And you're like, where the fuck can you bring swords into?
I've been passing a guy every day on the way to work, and he's riding a moped down the highway, and he's just got his turban on.
The old turb.
Yeah.
But I mean, whatever. Fuck, if he wants to crash and burn, like that's his own fault.
Right,
I guess. But,
I'm
like,
a guy
I mean,
who's against seatbelt laws. But.
Yeah, so I don't really care about the whole helmet law. Like, if you don't want to wear a helmet, fuck you. But I just think,
But if
like,
you do it, you get a
I
fine,
was
you gotta
doing
pay
that,
money,
I would be in some serious
Thing
shit.
is, you can say fuck you with regards to helmet laws, but because we do have socialized medicine, why do I want to pay for this fucking asshole to be hooked up to a shitting machine for the next fucking 4
there
years?
you go.
And is there a market for protective turbans?
Yeah.
I've asked that question to myself since I was like 8 years old.
I've asked me that.
There's a market for fucking
I always
protective
just
turbans.
wondered about hockey.
There's no way they can get away with that.
Like,
There's
we
no
grew up-
linen strong enough. You need a CCM protective turban.
But you could just make one out of plastic that looks like a turban. Hey,
Exactly.
could you just make like a hockey helmet?
That's what I'm saying. A CCM.
Fuck, man, I got a concussion falling down some
turb.
fucking stairs. I'd wear one. Like, I'd just be like that's my walking around helmet.
Alvin, I'll get
I
you.
think it'd be kinda fun.
You know what? I'm looking it up.
You know what else society says? That's racist. You can't do it. You can't make a protective turban. That's fucking racist.
It's not racist. There's a
Exactly.
market for it.
I know.
They have to wear hard hats.
But this is the resistance I've had to put up since I was 8,
Yeah.
trying to do my protective turban business.
Well, here's Sikh policemen to get bulletproof turbans.
Oh, that's good.
Bulletproof turbans. You hear that, Stinger?
You know
that's
what?
a sharp turban too.
You know what?
Shit, I'd throw that.
With as far as religious accommodation, I will say that the turban thing for headdress, you know, like really, it should be like you don't need a helmet to be a cop. So if a guy wants to, like, if he was police, knock yourself out. I don't give a fuck. Like, you know, be a turban. But if you want to ride a motorbike, no, you should have to wear the fucking helmet. Like that's what I think.
So much work to
What
unwrap
about
that turban.
What about in the like? Would we let someone in the mill?
Do you see any East Indian guys in the mill
Yeah.
Gotta go to a sawmill.
with turbans?
No.
That's exact. That at the sawmill, they just kind of plunk it on top because they have to wear it. I'm not kidding. Yeah.
National Hockey League.
Seriously?
You don't see them.
Yep.
You don't see these guys
you could
playing
just-
pro sports. You don't
Yeah.
see them
So
blocking.
you can just
for
fire.
quarterbacks.
Like, do you think we'd let one in?
He'd have to wear the hard hat. Well,
What
unless
does
he stayed
that
in the
mean?
machine. Well, if he's in the machine room, but it's hot as fuck down there, man. He's gonna bake.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mind you, Indy's hot too, so I guess he'd be all right.
I got some Appendix 2 Exemption in Employment Act from 1989 here. Turban wearing Sikhs.
I remember
are
It's a
exempt.
great year. Johnny Love Chachi.
Turban wearing Sikhs are exempt from the need to comply with other legislation that would require them to wear head protection whilst on a construction site by virtue of Sections 11 and 12 of the Employment Act of 1989. Any requirement to wear a safety helmet which would, by virtue of any statutory provision of rule or law, be imposed on a Sikh who is on a construction site shall
Oh,
not
what about
apply to him at
Hindus?
any time he is wearing a turban.
That's so weird.
So if he's wearing a
Or
turban,
Hindus don't wear
he
turbans.
doesn't. They don't have to
That's
wear
racist, right?
one. Now, if he gets hurt not wearing one, does he sue the company?
Oh fuck no, no.
I think he throws that out the window when he gets to
Yeah.
go no bucket.
Yeah,
Who is he fucking? Craig McTavish?
yeah. Oh,
Why does he get to
hey
go
old
no
man,
bucket?
put the fucking bucket. I remember when. Oh god.
That
Oh.
1994.
Oh,
Stanley Cup last-
McTavish is down. Oh, he hit his head.
Yeah.
The
Dude.
trainer's running onto the ice right now.
I watched McTavish in that 94. It's like there's an icing call, and he's racing a player to the puck. And
Slew
like,
foots him.
legit move. He just hooks the guy, and he's riding him down up until about like where the ring out line would be like hash marks, top of the circle. And he just all of a sudden is like, here we go, yoink! And he just fucking shake and bakes himself right past the guy and beats the icing as he hooks the guy to the ice. No whistle. Like, yeah, that was a legit play.
Yeah.
Look at McTavish here. Great move, great maneuver. Totally out-muscling his opponent.
Still had his reading glasses on.
No bucket, just cruising.
By God,
The last
retire.
guy.
Retire, McTavish.
Look at the vision on this guy.
He only played those last season just because he's the only guy left with no bucket. It's
Yeah.
just selfish.
Be the last guy to do
Yeah,
it.
grandfather it out.
Yeah, it
Which
does
raises
ha-
the debate since visors have been grandfathered in. Who's the last NHL player that's going to play with no visor? Because that'll be something too.
I don't know. Someone.
I've thought about it a lot. It'll be down to Jamie Benn and Ryan O'Reilly.
Think so?
I reckon.
Not if they
Lucius
lock
will
out
retire
O'Reilly
before.
this year.
Like I think visors. I
Well,
mean,
he'll still play.
We'll see. Goddamn arbitrators. You just don't know when things go to those arbitrators, you know?
You said that look on your face like, oh, the things I've seen. I don't know if he'll play. I got to tell you, I don't know.
Look at this right. This, I got to show that PPE should only be used as a last resort.
fuck me.
Is that official documentation?
That is right on a government website.
Wow.
That
All right.
No.
Right on, okay.
employers should follow a hierarchy of control measures, protect workers. PPE is a last resort, you know?
I don't know. Those fucking pipes are solid, man. Like, you know, like. Oh well. Yeah.
Hard-headed people, the Sikhs.
You know what? They are a very like a lot of Victoria Crosses, a lot of highly decorated Sikh soldiers in the Commonwealth. Like,
Really?
yeah, fuck yeah, Nepalese. Well, the Gurkha soldiers and a lot of Sikh soldiers, and in foreign wars that the British kind of use them as cannon fodder, and then every once in a while some guy would just fucking slay like 50 people himself, and they'd be like, "Holy shit, this guy does not lay down for cannons. He killed a lot of dudes. Here,
Could have
here's
been
your
the
Victoria
Bollywood
Cross."
Jackie Chan.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. They served well enough under the English crown.
That's wild.
Yeah, and the English took huge advantage of
Imagine
a bottomless
watching
supply of brown people.
like all the battles that we know have taken place throughout history. All the sword fights between Alexander the Great when he goes to conquer India and they're on elephants. Imagine somehow being ringside for that.
Yeah. Like that's
Holy fuck.
yeah, we get to watch it in CGI. and
That's
it's
what shit
amazing.
used to
Yeah,
be
yeah.
like going down all over the place. You didn't know that might happen tomorrow on your front lawn.
Like 50,000 guys with swords.
Somebody shows up and says, "We're going,"
Yeah.
and you hope you're tougher than they
Yeah.
are. Fuck. Here they are. Do we run? Do we stay? Who's here?
Should I wear this helmet? Or the bigger one. Like, well, yeah.
Should I wear this helmet?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And you got to know, there were people that went for the show. There were people that were non-combatants who I'm sure were on a hillside somewhere just like, well, who the
Let's
fuck am I
see
paying
this
taxes
shit
to
go
next
down.
week? Like, you know,
Yeah.
they don't
Flaming
give a shit.
oil balls
Yeah,
through
yeah,
the air.
yeah,
Just
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, just
man.
insanity.
I-
But it was a-
flaming arrows flying through the air.
My biggest fear ever from that whole time was when you'd see people and they'd fire the ladder up to climb the wall.
Yeah.
And the guys would be sitting up there at the top with a bucket of oil.
Yeah.
And you're like, no, no.
Yeah, or if they were ramming the door.
Yeah.
Like, I just go up the ladder, go up the ladder. I'll hold the ladder sturdy. I'll hold it, then you get to the top and you hold it for me. And never be the first guy up the fucking ladder. What are you doing?
Yeah.
It's like me and Stinger had a long debate
Shit
about
gig.
it. And you're like, at first, like, early combat was like swords, right?
Yeah.
The first thing you had was a sword. And you're running in there having to wield a sword. Well, then they came up with archery.
Mm-hmm.
Who the fuck did not sign up for archery? Every single person there probably was, I'll be an archer. No.
Right, but you're dealing at a time where there's a huge ego issue and libido issue between men.
Would that-
men who fight and die with swords, you go back. You just try not to drown in the
Just
pussy.
think, an old man was 30.
You try
like,
not-
really? You're like, well, if today's the day,
You had a family of 4 by the age of 16.
Yeah,
yeah.
Fucking on your way out by
Yeah.
25.
Yeah.
You're
You
giving
got
life-
4 kids at 16. You're looking to fucking die. Like
Yeah.
I'll tell you that right now. Like that's
You got gangrene and fucking nutrition issues. You're dehydrated. You play it out till you die like
Yeah.
a fucking doctor. Bring your sword, bring your dick, and just fucking swing them.
But you're like, I think the only way it would be is you probably had to pass a test. They probably gave you an archer.
there was no test.
No, they gave you a bow and they gave you an arrow and
Oh,
they said,
I
hit
see.
the target. You missed. Or, yeah, buddy, grab a fucking sword.
Yeah.
Turn right. Get a sword.
Possibly, yeah, for sure. Because you
Everyone
need
would pick
because you
archery.
need guys to fit that barbarian thing.
No one's gonna
where
be
they're
the-
foot soldiers
no
because
one-
nobody wants to sign up for that, so you hit it by default.
You gotta think a lot
They
of
send
like
you there.
only the elite guard like were volunteers and shit. A lot of these people they were just told like, hey, here's a sword. You're going to war. What? I don't want to go. Well, we're gonna stab you
kiss
here
your
and
wife
fucking
goodbye.
leave you. Yeah.
Excuse me,
Like,
I'm
yeah.
actually a homo.
Yeah.
Kiss your wife and
Does
kids.
that
This
get
is
me
it.
out?
They're like, well, that's encouraged in this army, so fucking
Yeah,
why not?
the homo thing didn't work
No,
after
no.
like 1800s.
You take a knee with your 6-year-old. You're like, well, I'm gonna go now. There's a fight on the horizon.
Yeah.
You take care of your mother and your 6 sisters.
I like that. I like that scene in Troy, and it's the guy who's sitting there, and he's like, "Oh, we're going to war." He's like, "Gonna miss my dog." Well, and he just gets on the boat. You're like, "What?" Gonna miss my dog. See, I don't know what I have to do. I have to tell the joke twice. I can never just say it once. I always have to say the punchline twice.
Like Jimmy 2 times.
And, well, it's like I think I'm gonna get a better reaction the second time. Like you all laugh the first time. Like, nah, I can make him laugh more.
No, wait, guys.
Say
Did you
same
get
again.
it? Did you get it? Did you get it?
Do it again. Do it again.
This is the punchline again. Did you get it?
So, on the way up, listen to the radio, and what song comes on?
Fancy.
Miley Cyrus,
I'm so
party,
fancy.
party in
Nope.
the U.S.
You'll never fucking
Summer
guess.
by Calvin Harris.
No,
Life is a highway.
No, it was
Ooh, Empire
Jungle
of the
Love
Sun.
by Morris Day and the Motherfucking Time. Do you know the song Jungle Love?
Jungle Love.
By the
Play
time.
Jungle Love right now
It
because
is-
we don't care about copyright
Oh,
issues.
okay, no.
We don't care about anybody who's going
It's-
to come
it-
knocking on our door.
In
This
the
is
show,
free enterprise.
in the movie Purple Rain, the antagonist is Morris Day. Like that's Prince's enemy in the movie Purple Rain.
Is it by Steve Miller?
There was a
No.
movie, Purple Rain,
Yeah, there's a movie Purple Rain,
and
and the album
and-
Purple Rain by Prince. Yes,
and Prince was the lead. In
he was the
Purple
lead
Rain?
actor. Yeah, all 5'3" of them.
More
How
like
big
the
was
day?
Prince? Was Prince bigger, larger than life? Michael Jackson.
Prince was, like-
Was he on par with Michael Jackson at the time?
He was a little less than Mike.
Just
So it
tiny.
was a little less. Like he was, but
Why,
he was
when
the
did he
shit.
fall? Why did he fall? Did he just stop? Because that guy can play a
Oh.
fucking guitar, man. I saw Prince play
Oh
guitar.
fuck yeah! Oh,
Holy
he's an
shit.
entertainer.
He can
Dude
throw
can
down.
fucking yeah.
Please welcome the time.
All right.
This is Purple Rain.
No, this is Morris Day and the Time singing Jungle Love.
Is this the right one?
Yes, it is.
Morris
Just
Day and the Time.
funky as fuck. All right, just give it a little bit.
Funk it up.
Yes, funk
Man.
it up.
Those days must have been crazy.
Oh yeah. Lots of cocaine.
Look at what
Lots of
everybody's
We are
fucking
now
cocaine.
into the YouTube segment of
Yeah.
the podcast. Get
Yes.
ready for him, folks.
That is a leopard blazer.
Now, have you ever seen the movie Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back?
Yeah.
This is the song. This is the song Morse Day in the motherfucking time. This
Right.
this is the song that they're doing the little OE dance. This is the shit. Anyway,
Everybody looked like Richard Pryor.
I don't know. I think he's.
Want to grab me a beer while we got this great
Yeah.
tune going?
Look at that front
I think he's
man.
Filipino or something. I'm not sure, but yeah.
That
fucking-
guy's Filipino. If that guy's Filipino, then I'm a goddamn Chinaman. Look, I like how they have choreographed moves on stage too.
I'll just take our shitty one. You save these beers.
Oh no, that's fine.
Everything was this kind of party back then. Eh?
Fuck yeah.
This was every nightclub, bar. Everybody rocked it this way.
Yes.
Like, look at Prince. He's wearing a costume. I guess people still do that nowadays, though. Just eccentric
That's
celebrities.
Whenever I see a guy wearing sunglasses indoors, I assume he's on heroin every fucking time. Like
Heroin, I would go with cocaine.
Well, I think it's because of the dilation of the pupils, or at least when I used to do mushrooms, my pupils just get—they look like fucking manhole covers. Like they were really, really big.
Just-
And that's the first thing I'd see too. Like,
That's the one of the great benefits I got is I got these real dark eyes. You can't tell. They just look dilated all the time.
Perfect. This is a funky beat.
so, my lead-in with the funk,
Okay, that's
Morris
enough.
Day and the Time.
That's enough.
Yes. Was I was thinking about this. You know what? This really isn't the right message I would want to send if that was my UFC walk-in song. But it's just a great fucking song. It's like
Man, does it ever get me
like
jazzed up?
doo-doo-doo. Like it's like I always thought it would be either Morris Day and the motherfucking Time doing Jungle Love, or if I at 42 years of age became a UFC fighter, the next one would be Tom Sawyer by Rush. Like that first.
I knew that it
Yeah.
would be Tom Sawyer by Rush because you actually opened one of our podcasts.
Oh no way.
You don't remember that?
Fuck. Yeah, I hit my head a couple weeks ago. I don't remember a lot of shit. So
I don't even remember who you
Rush.
two are.
Yeah,
Just two
yeah.
nice people that'll come listen to me talk. We actually.
That's hilarious.
Was it the first one you did with us?
I don't know. But yeah, I'd like to thank you for
No,
that.
I've
Open.
done so many.
Yeah. So
Was this it?
nah, you know what? To watch a recording of myself recording myself is
This is too existential, bro.
yeah. Like this is like staring into a mirror.
What are we doing? Are we
It is,
transcending?
yeah. Tom Sawyer by
barriers?
Rush. Holy shit!
Look at. I told you. Look at.
All right, well, fuck it. I'm just gonna walk out into traffic now because I'm fucking repeating myself all the time. Wow. Well, I apparently
just
have nothing
transcended
else to say.
time.
And,
No, you did a great job. I love the Tom Sawyer Rush.
I'm
bit.
gonna go meet the river, and that's it. I had a good run. Fuck it. Good night.
Have you guys heard of Raka Raka? You should start following him on YouTube.
No.
It's a great guy.
Raka Raka.
He dresses like Ronald McDonald,
Oh, no.
and he just does crazy shit. But
No.
it's really good. He talks like this the whole time. What? What are you guys doing? Huh? Anyone? And he hates it when people don't eat McDonald's. And he always starts out this calm, cool, collected Ronald.
Yeah.
And then something sets him off, and he goes on a killing spree. Like the one, he's hanging out with the kids. They ordered some Happy Meals. They're doing their thing. They're eating food. They're playing with Ronald, doing their dishes, bathing. And then Ronald looks across the room, and one of the kids is eating Hungry Jacks, which in Australia is Burger King.
Yeah.
And this is all filmed in Australia. And he just comes creeping over. What you eating there, Billy? And then he snaps, and he just starts slapping kids and choking them. But they're really good. So you guys should check out Raka Raka.
Raka Raka. That
That's
sounds
on YouTube.
Yeah,
No, he's a
okay.
good guy. He's a good,
Sounds
good
neat.
Canadian
Neat
kid.
alliteration.
Look, he'll be. I bet you type in
Catchy.
Raka Raka on YouTube. He's there. Look.
K sounds. K sounds are always funny. Raka Raka. That's why the word.
Raka.
That's why the word fuck is so popular because it's got that hard K at the end, and you can
Like the
pair it up
best word ever in English by a mile, right?
with- yeah. Oh, but yeah.
It exists in
fuck.
every form.
Those
it's
French
a
guys?
verb, it's a noun, it's an adjective, it's a
Those French guys,
Pronoun.
like they didn't know a lot of English. They knew the word fuck, and they could place it pretty well. They were doing okay. They weren't like swearing in like on the odd part of the sentence. It's like no, that doesn't make any sense. But nope, they were doing okay. I'll commend them on that. The what do you call it? Consider like most French swear words are just like church things, like tabernacle, tabernacle or chalice.
What's
But every other
tabernacle?
language adopts an F-bomb somehow.
Yeah.
They'll say a lot of fuck. But
Oh, yeah.
English kind of like leaks into most cultures more than other languages do.
Here's Raka Raka, and they open a clucking bell.
What the hell am I watching?
Pretty sure.
He's mad because they opened a clucking chicken next to his McDonald's, and he gets.
I think it's
This is obviously scripted. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because he just shot a fucking guy. Yeah. Okay.
It's all just scripted video, but he's my favorite. Anyway, I'll let you two get back to some kind of
This
intelligent
is-
conversation.
those of you listening. That was.
This is some of
You
the
gotta
crazy.
be there.
Stinger, fuck you.
I don't know what to think. Like I'm
You're gonna love him. He's got a great scene at the end here, right here.
I got.
Just holding the head of the chicken out. So anyway, now Stinger can explain to us string theory and simulation theory. If you would, Stinger.
What were we talking about?
We're talking about UFC songs, and then
Right.
then we got diverted.
What's your
to this.
UFC song?
I don't have one.
What?
Bullshit.
I can't think of a single
It'll be
one.
how about why can't we be
Just
friends
run a
by
finger
War?
down.
No,
run
Why
a finger
can't
down
we
Rod
be
Stewart's
friends?
greatest hits.
Yeah.
My favorite song
Just pick
changes
one.
every week because I'm a top 40 kind of guy. Like
This
right
is a
now.
this isn't a song that's gonna make you hop around. This is a song that's gonna get you ready to go in and kill somebody.
Yeah, but
Like
but
Wild
there's
Boys
not.
for Emelian Yanko or like fucking.
But I don't listen to that kind of music. I don't listen to killing music. I listen to music
No.
that makes me happy. I don't listen to any music that gets me want to hurt somebody.
Wild Boys by Duran Duran is not a fucking killing song. It's
You know,
probably
like I'd go with
one of
like
It's true.
what the fuck was
Oh,
that?
What can you say?
telephone.
Just classic Eye of the Tiger. Then I guess that's the default.
Well, that's if you're doing a boxing match.
She's my cherry pie. Or is that your agent?
Nope, that is my wife. That is Michelle.
your agent.
saying, "Hey,
Oh
motherfucker."
shit, it's the cops.
Yeah.
Be cool, man. Be cool.
Yeah.
She's apparently gonna murder my dog. So
Uh-oh.
no, he's probably a dink. He probably
We could probably get you a new one.
no, he's fucking awesome, man. Like, that dog is great.
Yeah, he's trying to kill your wife.
Yeah.
What can I ask
Kill your
for?
wife.
No, he probably ate something that he wasn't supposed to. He ate both TV remotes a couple weeks ago.
That'll happen.
Yeah, which was
Both.
Remote?
That's like that thing you did.
because he ate one, and I got two like Shaw cable boxes, so I just brought the remote from downstairs upstairs, and the fucker ate that one like 10 hours later. He like what a dink. But he's
Well, you throw a little Sri Raka sauce on there and Tabasco, something hot. It tastes pretty good.
What is Sriracha?
Sri
sriracha.
Raka? Is that spice?
It's Sriracha. Sriracha?
Sri Raka? Sri Raka.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Sri Raka.
Yeah, did you put it with some fucking jalapenos or?
It's jalapeno, actually. Soft J.
No.
Jalapeno. It's jalapeno.
Jalapeno.
I went back and watched True Detective.
Mhm.
Did you watch it?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, and I noticed when he sits down, when Russ Cole first sits down with the two detectives,
Yeah.
and he makes him go get a 6-pack of beer, says, Old Milwaukee or Lone Star, nothing snooty. So I'm
And then he
drinking
just like piles through the Lone Stars. He's just
yeah, he's 6, and then he
Yeah.
starts carving them up with his knife.
Yeah.
That was so well done. And then I lost it at the end that was the Yellow King. The only flaw, the
Yeah.
only thing I have a
It's
problem
like
with.
what this
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Stinger's wrecking movies for people
Yeah,
again.
if you haven't seen True Detective, you're probably not going to watch it. And if you do, and you're an avid listener of the podcast,
Mm-hmm.
sorry, I'm not sorry.
Oh, sorry, I'm just doing family shit here on my
Nice.
That's okay.
phone. All right,
Did you
there
see
we go.
True Detective there, right, Mac?
No, haven't even
Watch
heard of it.
No.
That's like 10 episodes. Fucking.
I kind of
Alex
like
is
that
not gonna
aspect
watch
of it. I didn't know it was going to wrap up in 8 episodes like that, but
No, I wonder who this. Apparently, they're going to do another season. But
They're
of,
going
of
to.
course, it's going to be 2 different actors. Like, it's,
well, I'm not sure because Harrelson and McConaughey are going to write it apparently.
Oh.
Because they wrote the first one.
oh, okay. But I'm thinking, I mean, it's got to be.
But they
heavy
might
hitters.
switch it up, yeah.
I mean, it's got to be like somebody worthy to follow that fucking cast. I mean, McConaughey is the Best Actor winner. Harrelson's been nominated twice.
Those
Like,
characters were so chilling.
Yeah.
And the story was so, like, where do you go from that? Because they're going to have to switch up. They're not going to be able to do a psychopathic.
No.
Serial
and it
killer.
definitely made me think to stay the fuck out of Louisiana because it looks like
Those
a
swamplands,
place.
it's really eerie when you see it through those lenses. Hey?
Oh, like
You're
there's
"Oof."
there's
that
poor
white power shit and that sodomy behind closed doors. And
there's poor people in Canada, but there's nobody that fucking poor. Like, except for severely drug addicted.
well, there's
people.
nobody that ass backwards.
Yeah.
Morally. Where
Just-
it's like you grow up in such a shit environment that you can hurt anyone and anything you see. Because you're so emotionally retarded.
Yeah,
Poor
it
kids.
doesn't make sense.
That goes along that thing where people shouldn't be allowed to vote. Some people shouldn't be allowed to procreate either. But you can't draw that line anywhere.
Nope.
Because you're taking away
You gotta let
somebody's
'em.
freedom. How are you going to tell somebody what
gotta
they
let the dumb
can
breed,
and can't
man.
do? Yeah, it's weird.
Yep.
Natural selection is just a slow
Well, you
process.
can't do it if you just go to North Korea. They pick what they want to do.
Yeah, well, that's an example of what not to do, right?
Yeah, that's
That's a guy trying to do some of the things we're coming up with.
Yeah,
And
but
he's,
see, now you are telling him that he's doing it the wrong way, which I agree he is
He's
doing it
being
the wrong way.
No, he's being unsuccessful. I don't know of anyone who's done it successfully. It's always a nightmare. Goddamn nightmare.
I don't get why
Kings
China,
rise and
like,
fall. All right.
How come? Like, is everyone in China just really fucking poor?
A lot
Most
of
of
them.
them.
Or
India's the same
no.
way.
It's very
Because
corrupt.
China is really killing us.
I don't think there's an
No, they're
economic
not.
system.
Like, well, no,
to,
you cannot compete with China. Like, if you want to get something made,
No, you can't compete
do
with
it in
their
China.
can't
Everywhere gets everything made in China.
You can't
Absolutely.
compete with
Or
dirt
surrounding
cheap
area.
labor.
Yeah.
I
So
mean-
are they all really poor? Is everyone just oppressed and like, I hate my fucking life?
Yeah.
I want to get out of here. This
Sort
fucking
of.
sucks.
Yeah.
like everybody, like there's no economic system that can float a population of a billion.
But then why do they say
Doesn't
that
exist.
China's so powerful and rich?
Because they do so, but it's just a concentration of wealth.
Yeah.
I think so.
Like,
There's just so many people that are eating bugs out of a stump, and they're like, "I'll do anything. I'll sew the sneakers. I will solder the iPads, whatever I got to do to just bring some money home to my family." Because these people that I love, and the only
You are
things
really
I know,
far removed from this, aren't you? Soldering iPads.
Yeah.
yeah.
Take a soldering iron to your iPad. Tell me what happens.
Doing whatever you do to when you put the chips in there. I don't know if that's the case,
Oh,
but
an iPad made in North America would be like $2,000.
Yeah, I know.
Like fucking.
That's
but,
what I mean.
Yeah. But as long as there's somebody somewhere who will do something.
Called surface mount technology,
cheap.
Stinger. No one solders anymore.
nobody solders.
No.
It's an old thing.
Surface mount.
Well, these
Everything's
are
surface mounted
young
now.
Asian kids. They can't get on this surface face
They-
technology, bro.
No surface mount. You dip
They
it.
solder.
It gets dipped.
No, it's
They solder.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you got to think Mexico is a place where you go to get shit done cheap, and even Mexico can't compete with China. Like, there's no fucking way. They're like, all right, like we'll work cheap, but we're not. Gonna
Well, they
work
just
that
don't have
fucking
enough
cheap.
people to
Yeah.
work cheap. There's a
Like-
billion people over there.
Yeah.
How many people can be sustaining an even middle class life?
Yeah. So, but the thing is, China doesn't really have a tertiary economy. They don't have a service economy. Like a lot of the U.S. economy is a consumer economy. Healthcare, law, real estate, just business management, marketing. Things like that level of business is low. It's less than 15% of the Chinese economy. Their goal is to grow a middle class through like primary and secondary type either resource extraction and or manufacturing. Get some people with a little bit of wealth to start consuming. But because China was so poor for so long, a lot of these people are amazing savers. Like, they get some money and they're like, fuck that. I'm not buying a new iPad. I'm gonna save my fucking cash because the next time the government goes into the tank, I'm not gonna be the guy holding the bag.
Things go south here real quick.
Like, people less than 50 years ago, people starved to death in China on the regular. That
Yeah.
was a thing. Like, it's like, fuck it, we ate everything.
was a thing.
Then we ate all the trees, and now we have nothing, and now the government's just gonna let us die. And that happened on a lot, which even that, like, they had that before their Cultural Revolution. They had that after the Cultural Revolution. Like, Mao Zedong's 5-year plans were horribly oppressive. They fucking killed billions and billions, or not billions, like tens of millions of people.
What's the reason for these two populations being the biggest?
There
has to be some sort of economic.
Well, it's just fertile. Like, it's fertile. It's got great weather. They don't have a large, A lot of the land was arable. I mean, except
Is
inland
it in
China.
their
is
culture to
no
just
desert.
have more kids though per family? They just
Well,
a
just
7-kid family is
Well,
more
no, they
normal?
had massive wars and like horrible amounts of disease, and it was just wipe them out by the swaths. But the ground was good. There's lots of water. Like the Himalayas in Tibet had global warming is slowly fucking ruining this, but they had a limitless supply of fresh water, always going all the way through the Mekong, through the Brahmaputra, through the Ganges, through the Yangtze. Like this huge.
Like Ganges isn't very good water, is it?
Up near the top, not too bad. Down at the bottom end, no, a lot of dead guys. But that's
Yeah, well,
a lot of sewage and
I
shit.
bet,
But no, like they could always pump it out and irrigate, and they don't have frost. I mean, you can grow shit all year. In
there's
some
some
of those
guy
places.
who invented something that's like a rubber straw,
Yeah, I saw that.
and it turns mud puddles into potable water.
Yep.
And you just suck it through the
Into
straw and it filters out
potable
everything.
water.
Yep.
Yeah.
Potent
Out of
potatoes. Yeah, they sell them at Canadian Tire. No bullshit. Saw them there the other day. Yeah, you can drink out of a mud puddle if you like. I prefer
Mud water.
Yeah, I've gone hiking. I brought chlorine tablets because chlorine fucking kills everything and does a great job. But yeah, these new
Absolutely.
reverse osmosis type like those little pumps, or they got those chelate chemicals that just grab on all
Must
the
be weird when
particulate.
you come up with an invention that you have to sell to people who have no money, though. Like,
Yeah.
that's your target,
Oh, no.
target market.
Like he gives a lot of it away to people that
So it
need
has to be, something like that.
and then he sells the rest of them for $20 a pop to rich people who just think it's fun to drink out of puddles when they go hiking. And that's and
Well,
I'm
he
his
must have be able to give them to some philanthropist
market. Oh, probably.
and sell them to him, and then he can give them to these people
Mm-hmm.
because that's his gig, which is weird.
Yeah, whatever.
When you get to that level, I think if you're a philanthropist, you can be assassinated. I think you reach both levels at once.
I may as well.
Not
Like-
just murdered. You're
You're
assassinated.
assassinated, and if you're assassinated, one of the bars is you had to be a philanthropist somehow. You had to have God money that made you not even worry about it for 1 second. Of your
Well,
life.
what causes you to be a philanthropist? Like where's that line drawn? Like I
think
donate.
it's-
I give fucking $500 a year.
The
Right.
Am I a philanthropist?
like
You're
Joseph Carnegie.
charitable. You're just charitable.
charitable.
Yeah.
Joseph Carnegie, rich
Is it-
dude, like fucking smashed unions, like horrible, like not a horrible man, but he was just a very.
He's a horrible man.
This was
It's all
The Gilded
tax
Age,
exemption, bro.
no, like this is before, like this is when you were allowed to like have a company town and pay people in like not even currency. You could pay them in like fucking Canfor dollars, and
Oh, sweet.
they only could spend money with you. Like he built a railroad empire. He was worth back in the early 1900s billions of dollars, or late 1800s, and then he just decided, you know what, I had a good run, and he liked it because he came from nothing. He was a megalomaniac, and he did some horribly oppressive things, but he did come around, and he was like, you know what, that guy that used to let me peruse his books when I was growing up and learn things, I really owe a lot to that guy. So Carnegie he spent most of his fortune, 80% of his fortune, on libraries.
Idiot.
Libraries in the U.S. So like thousands of libraries were all filled with books. The land was paid for, the taxes were paid for on his fucking dime, and that was the legacy that he left, with a trust to ensure that it would carry on. Like, what makes a guy with more money than anyone in the world decide, fuck it, I'm going to give it all away?
It's
But he
called
did.
guilt.
Yeah, that's probably some
Certainly
of it.
be some
Yeah.
guilt for sure.
And
But is it so? To be a philanthropist, is it like a dollar amount you have to give away, or is it a percentage thing? Like if you give away, like, can a poor person who makes like 30 grand a year just give away half and be like, I'm a philanthropist?
Don't philanthropists isn't primarily that what they do though?
a philanthropist is somebody who they just have investment money.
Like
coming
you have all these revenue streams coming
Yes,
in
yeah.
because you
you don't need
inherited
yeah.
a railway company from your dad and
Yeah.
mines. Or
You
some
don't
shit.
need a job. You don't actually work like
All that
fucking
money comes in,
people
and
do.
then you manage the money in
Yes.
giving it away to other people because that's the honorable thing to do.
The definition here is a person who seeks to promote the welfare of others, especially by the generous donation of money to good causes.
See, generous is the ambiguous word there.
I'm a generous
What does
guy.
generous
I'm gonna
mean?
start calling myself a philanthropist.
Well, yeah. I mean, I bought a couple tickets to the UNBC Nurses fundraiser. and I was like, I am now a local philanthropist.
Yeah.
Like, the bar can be set low. Like
The bar can be set low.
I tip my waitress.
Well, I just hate it
Local
when people
philanthropist.
say they're a philanthropist. It just really bugs me.
I think that's their
To
job.
me, a philanthropist though sound well. No, people say Bill Gates is a philanthropist.
He is. Yeah.
Okay, is that his job?
It is
Pretty
now.
much these days.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. He
Yeah.
doesn't run Microsoft.
No.
No.
Okay.
No.
No,
just
but
a
he
dude
does
with
like.
lots of money.
Well, he's trying to cure malaria with his wife.
Yeah.
Because
So
to
I
me,
think that's,
anyone
like,
who
part of
calls
it.
themselves a philanthropist is an asshole.
Oh.
Well, it's a guy who's like, it's like I'm giving money, but you're giving money because you want people to know you're giving money.
Right.
Yeah. You know what? If you're giving away money and all you want is a little bit of recognition, I'm okay with that. Like if you're at the peasant level, like at our level, and you got to promote, and you put on Facebook, oh, I fucking gave $100, like fuck off. You're doing it for the hits. If you're over $1 billion and you're giving huge chunks of cash, like life-changing amounts of money to causes that mean something to you, then and all
You
get
should
is
be
a-
able to go
all
to
you-
the dinners.
and all you get is a mention in the paper or a fucking headline on CNN. That's fine. I don't fault that guy one.
Well,
bit.
you go to a ball
Yeah.
and you wear a tux and fucking Rod Stewart does the fucking music. And you're like, this is great. We all donated a bunch of money. We get to hang out, have a little too much wine.
Yeah.
I'll pop a Viagra, bang my ghost of a wife.
See this guy here. Have you
This
ever
old
heard?
zombie?
Have you ever heard of this guy though, Chuck Feeney? He's the guy, and he's a guy who I think should be admired because he gave away 90% of his fortune and didn't tell anyone.
Is he
No,
philanthropist?
And he didn't tell. Yes, and he didn't.
Lots of guys, lots
he's
of
an
people
asshole.
do.
But he didn't tell anyone he's giving money away. He never said, I'm a philanthropist. He didn't want to be in the top 10. He didn't do anything. His kid, he rides the bus. He doesn't own a vehicle. He lives in a piece of shit house. Like, I don't agree with all this because I would be living it up.
How did he come up with the
But-
money?
Because he invented duty-free shops. Was his big one. And he
Wow.
ended up getting bought out by Louis Vuitton, I believe it was.
Yeah.
Do they own the duty-free shops?
Uh,
know.
whatever their holding company is.
But
that mass,
he invented duty-free shops in airports. And he made a shitload of money. And you know what he did when he sold?
So he's a fucking criminal.
No, and you know
Seen
what he
those
did
prices?
when he sold the company? They're actually way cheaper than ever. But anyway, when he sold his shit, he gave like a healthy portion of it. Like he sold out for like whatever, $100 million bucks. He gave like 10 or 20 million away to all the employees that worked there.
Wow.
He's just like, hey guys,
Here's some cash.
I sold the company.
At
I
the
don't know if you're all gonna
duty-free
have
shops?
jobs. It wasn't the duty free shops at first. It might have been actually, but he owned a bunch of shit. I looked it up a while ago when we were looking into.
So he's
the
like a
Bill
savvy
Gates.
businessman.
He's just a guy who gave away a lot of his money.
But
Yeah.
like he made his money
He told
from
it. He
scratch.
didn't give his kids any money. He made his money in an honest
He made his
way.
money from scratch.
Yes.
You know what? I've heard about like rich people who don't leave giant legacies to their children. But you got to think these kids came up with every advantage. They went to the best schools. They're going to the best universities. They're making connections with, fuck, it sounds classist, but it's ultimately true. The best people, children of other rich people. Those kids, it's not like they're poor. I mean,
Sure.
they're connected. They have cash.
What if,
and
though,
they know people?
Like
I've
he's
got
saying
some
this
more
guy
here
did.
right
What
here.
if he gave away all his fortune, never gave anything to his kid? Would you do that? Would you leave your kid with the same nothing you started with?
No.
It seems kind of
But
wild.
it would seem, it would be definitely. I mean, it's a social exercise. If you set your kid up, like I said, with education and connections, but then not the cash, just to see if they can do what you did. I mean, that's.
He
that's a
just
pretty
said he
miserable
doesn't
fucking
need that
place.
much money. He's like, no one in the world needs this much money.
Yeah.
So does
That's what
he still
said.
have a bunch of money?
He set aside. He was worth like 1.6 billion or something, and he kept himself like $3 million bucks or something. He's like, this is enough. Like you don't need more than this.
Right.
So here's his philosophy. I had one idea that never changed in my mind: that you should use your wealth to help people. I try to live a normal life the way I grew up. I set out to work hard, not to get rich.
Wow.
He wants to be a hard worker. He's not in it for the money. And it's like, it's fucking crazy because nobody, like this guy, like, have you ever heard of him? No.
Chuck Feeney?
No one's heard of this guy.
Well, Charles.
But you
Feeney.
want to sit there and brag about all these people that call themselves philanthropists. This is the guy.
Thing is, a lot of these guys, they're not going to escape the media. I mean, they were rich for a reason.
He
and when they
finally
decide
came
to
out
become,
because he's like dying or something. I don't know.
What would be the
Like right here, it says he was a co-founder of Duty Free Shoppers Group, which earned him his fortune. When he sold it to Louis Vuitton, he set aside $26 million to give away to his long-term staff.
nice.
Could you make an argument that it's more philanthropical to stay head of the company, continue the revenue stream so that you can donate more and more and more and more all the time.
At some point, I mean, maybe you just want to retire. Like, fuck it, I'm rich.
Most likely. I mean, he's earned that.
So yeah,
It's not that selfish a move
No,
after
no.
a stunt like this.
Well, it's like he said, like he gave away all his shit. Like, see, he flies coach class, owns neither a home nor a car, and wears a $15 watch.
all right. Well, I mean, there's eccentric.
Like,
See,
yeah.
even I wouldn't go that low.
No,
I don't
no.
even have the fucking money.
No, that
I'm
is-
not sitting with the herd if I don't fucking have to. All right,
No.
I'm just spraying for the good
I'll have
seats.
my jet, my
I know,
yacht, and I
but
give it
just the way that Stinger puts Bill Gates on a pedestal, like the guy's
he
curing
does.
diseases.
He should be put on his pedestal.
Yeah, he's
But
the
then-
biggest philanthropist in the whole
He's
wide world.
given
No.
away more money than a quarter of the world earns in a
Yeah.
lifetime.
That
1.9 billion is like a
Yeah.
monthly
That guy's
payment.
a
for
horrible
that guy.
human being. I don't even care. I don't like him. Just watch the true story of the internet. Have you seen it?
He saved Apple.
Have you seen the true story of the internet?
No, I
You just watch
I
it
haven't.
sometime and look at what he did to young college kids' lives. Just fucking ruin kids' lives, man.
How did
Kids
he
that are
ruin
just
them?
working hard, like Netscape Navigator.
Oh, wait. Oh, you mean when he thought people should pay for stuff that others were giving away for free?
No, actually, Netscape Navigator was selling their browser system, and he started giving it away for free.
Yeah.
If you're wondering, so you're actually completely 100% backwards. Because what
What's
he
wrong with
did,
giving away stuff for free?
well, you guys both
Because he just
said
smashed a company. Yeah, it was
you-
predatory pricing. Yeah,
You
that's
just
exactly what.
completely you're contradicting yourself now.
Yeah, that's why he. That's why he.
That's why he got cut in half and lost all his shit in court because he's a piece of shit.
Whoa.
He's a dick. I
Was
don't
that
like
the
Bill
verdict?
Gates. Yeah.
Sir Gates, we're gonna take away half
No,
your shit.
no,
You're a dick.
I don't.
Well,
think,
no,
I don't
he
think
did
Bill
illegal.
Gates is
He
a
did
dick, man.
illegal. He was doing illegal acts.
That's why he
Illegal
threw
business.
Apple a bone because he was getting so much bad press over the Netscape thing. He gave $150 million to Apple when Apple wasn't worth fuck all. And they came up with the iMac, and then the empire was built right afterwards, like in 1999.
So Apple has
So-
Bill Gates to thank.
Yes, they do.
I'd have to
should have
look
a-
into that.
They should have a Bill Gates day at Apple.
Yeah, if you look at there was a conference back in 1997
Bill Gates
Where,
helped save Apple from bankruptcy.
where what do you call it? Steve Jobs just got the job back as CEO of Apple because Apple was a big flaming turd making no products that anybody wanted, and they were months away from insolvency where they weren't very
like bankruptcy.
going to be able to pay their bills. And Bill Gates came on board. He was live via satellite uplink, and he got booed and all the rest. Boo! Bill Gates' face is on the fucking screen.
Weird.
And-
Hey, weird. He gets booed.
And he's like, nope, I think, and he pretty much gives Apple $150 million that doesn't have to be repaid.
And they said, boo.
And then Steve Jobs is like, you know what? You can't have the internet without Bill Gates, and this is what we're gonna do. And he turned that company around and made lots of people, zillions of dollars. So it's hard to have a hate on for Bill.
Made a bunch
I
of
don't
philanthropists.
like him.
I also like Bill Gates because when the guy got married, he married a very plain woman.
Very plain woman.
Yeah, like she was.
It's really helping us all out.
He's
by
not
not
a shallow guy.
Nope. And
Wholehearted
but
guy.
when he rented a island in Hawaii, a smaller island,
like
but
Oahu or
no, not Oahu, but like some small one. But he booked every room on the island, so it would be private, because he had that kind
What
of
a
cash.
sweetheart.
To fucking
yeah,
throw
that,
around.
What a
that's just a
sweetheart.
dickhead. That's like the guy who buys every seat in the movie theater.
That can
That's a
happen.
baller move.
That could, yeah, it can happen. Doesn't make you an awesome dude.
You think if I had Oprah money, I'd go to like a fucking sports game and have assholes sitting within 2 seats of me? No, I would buy every seat within 2 seats of
I
me.
don't-
Imagine somebody bought every seat.
If
and
I
just
had their
watched,
money, I'd be dead
watched
in a
a
month.
Knicks Lakers game.
That would be
And
hilarious.
just Jay-Z was there.
Yeah.
And he's just like, I bought all the seats. Play, you fucks.
Actually, that would be funny. I would like to see some because some Russian guy is thinking about this right now. He's like, that'd be fucking great. This is just to flaunt his wealth.
Yeah.
What am I going to do with all this fucking
Well, that's like-
blood money?
Yeah.
Like that Russian dude who just got divorced. It's like the biggest
Yeah.
divorce ever.
lost
If you're wondering,
his
Bill Gates is ruining education. Just so you know. But
That's his plain wife.
yep. But anyway, he
But
what
she
did
still
he
gets
what
that.
did he get taken for?
Who's this? Oh, yeah.
biggest
I
divorce
think
ever?
we were exaggerating it for a bit there, but I think he had to split 4.5. Or
Yeah,
was
yeah.
4.5?
Russian billionaire will pay 4.5.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, oh darn, he still has $4.5 billion fucking dollars.
Now this fucking cocksucker has
Yeah.
$4.5 billion.
Who ca- well,
What's
it-
she gonna do with it?
Be a philanthropist.
I want to know. Yeah, I want to know what's gonna happen when all these women start getting a hold of enough big divorce settlements. What if she
or
calls
they
up
could earn
Ellen
the money
Nordgren?
themselves, you sexist fuck. Like, you know, they.
Well, that's
they,
not
they
what
can earn
happened
money.
here. I
No,
guarantee it.
No, she just blew a dude for it. but
Well,
that's
she's
all right,
expecting
yeah.
a certain quality of life. $4.5 billion should cover it.
Well,
You can't put child support in on that though. Child
Thing is,
support extra on the 4.5 billion.
marriage is what it is. Like any assets you earned under marriage is divisible 50%.
But why? Why are we gonna let this keep happening?
Because
Just make it stop. I will not fall victim to this.
It's
That
a
is
wild
my
gig, man.
biggest fear. I just hear guys talk about they're paying for someone else's kids who aren't even theirs.
Especially the common
And
law
then the
rules
fa-
they
like the
talk about.
families
Every
back
time
together.
somebody brings up common law,
It's
it's
like
a
you-
month shorter. Nowadays, if you buy a chick a drink at the bar, she's clawing back your pension.
Well, no.
And you're like, what the
it's-
fuck? Oh, it
if-
was a double? We're going to have to settle out of court. This is fucking absurd.
No, it's
she's
a-
going to take you for everything. Liquidate it. Get it offshore. She
If
gets
you
it all.
drove
That was
her
a double
in your
vodka, bro.
It's whatever she came within, like an arm's reach. Like if you drove her in your truck, she's liable for half your truck. So what you got to do is you got to make sure she drives. Otherwise, she gets half your truck.
you fucking young single guys crack me up. Like,
And-
you know, I've been married 17 years. I was fucking broke when I met this woman, and she still married me. So really, she has earned half that shit, guaranteed. But
Yeah, but see, I'm not broke.
no, you're not. Yeah, that's exactly it.
And I've been working for goddamn 7 years in this hellhole. And
But-
if I lose what I've earned now,
What you need to do
not
is
be.
find a woman with at least as much money as you.
I like that those shirts that
Oh,
says
sure.
I want. What does it say? We want
Magical
prenup.
little animal.
Yes, Lisa. Magical little
Whoa! I've met nurses.
pork.
There
pork,
are nurses with
ham,
cash.
bacon.
Yeah. There's lots
That all of those.
Yeah,
come
I'm
from the
sure
same
they're
animal.
out there somewhere.
They are. They're called accountants.
Accountants.
Accountants, nurses.
Well, I got a story for you after we got
Doctor. I mean, fuck, you can really reach for that brass ring if you want, but you know, you're just not gonna find them where you normally find the
They're
women
not
that you find.
You're
Not-
just not gonna
they're
find
not
them
at Pilates.
where you normally find them. You're not gonna find them.
Yeah, yeah, like you know what? You
Rode
just-
my bike over to the cemetery. It's like shooting fish in a barrel.
all right, any woman who's a widow at before 30, she probably killed that dude. Like, yeah.
That's an interesting one, hey?
Yeah,
The
I got-
rich guy who marries the young woman. Like,
Oh.
there's no way to trust anybody when you have that level of money.
When
right?
I was in,
you have to do like a coming to
Don't
America
act like
thing.
you wouldn't do it.
Oh fuck! I was in Vancouver. No bullshit. Like about 7 weeks ago, it was fun. Like, you know, we were just right downtown, right on the rock, and we go to this pub, and we're just, you know, we're killing time to go to another pub because we're waiting for it to open. But there's two couples, and like the one guy, he's about late 30s, and his wife is, you know, about the same. And you can tell just by the watches and the shoes and the way that they're dressed, you know, they got some cash. And the other couple, the dude is like, fuck, easy, like 55. You know, he's got lots of lines, you know, on
Crow's feet.
Yeah, crow's feet. Like, you know, he's lost a lot of hair.
Receding hairline.
He looks like shit.
Droopy earlobes.
Doesn't look like shit. He just looks like a 55. He looks like a very well dressed,
Large nostril hair.
55-year-old. No, his grooming was tight. like
Okay,
this
yeah.
guy.
He's had a good barber.
You know,
I
expensive
lost my
watch.
nose hair trimmer, by the way.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So anyway,
Middle-aged
and-
Gene Hackman.
and his girlfriend / wife, whatever, was
Cocktail waitress.
gorgeous, fucking like drop dead gorgeous, late
Just a
20s,
gun
early
show?
30s tops,
But he's got a huge hug.
and maybe not. Like I said,
No, I'm
the
telling you, I'm not asking.
from the shoes and the watch, I would assume it was just straight up cash.
Did his shoes match his watch?
No, that
Nah, not
that'd
that
be-
much money then.
No, that'd be stupid. But
That'd be stupid.
anyway,
What are you,
Like-
thick?
look over at the guy and you just want to high five him. You just want to think like, fuck, man, this is why a man works hard.
Right.
Like, this is to get where you are right now. Like, fucking, you know what? You paid your dues. You put your time in at the office. You kissed ass. You got that promotion. You did whatever it took, and you're a fucking 55-year-old ugly dude banging a 28-year-old smoking hottie, and
Just a
she
small-
didn't look uninterested. Like she looked like,
Right.
oh, like she was.
Well, she was fresh.
Yeah,
He'll kill her in a week.
yeah, and it
That's what he does. He'll kill her. He's a weird guy. Like,
He's killing her. Or she's killing him.
no, he'll kill her.
Oh, he'll kill
Oh
her.
no, you'll just trade her in. But
Well, that's what it means. That's the slang. But it just means you take her, cut her goddamn head off.
I mean, if
Send me another one.
if you're the type of guy who's always chasing women the same, you're like Woody from fucking Days of Confused. I get older, they stay the same age.
All right.
But if you got the cash to back that shit up,
Future Oscar winner, by
Yeah.
the way.
he did win an Oscar. Fuck yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. When I saw Days of Confused, no one was ever gonna
So
think
crazy.
that. Yeah. All right. That's funny all day and every day, man. That's fucking great.
L-I-V-I-N.
Yeah.
That's
shit.
fantastic.
Just gonna be
We
bad.
beating these people to death or what?
We're at hour 20.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to throw in the towel. Like,
Yeah.
I have to throw it in because
Somebody throw me a towel.
yeah, it's hot as balls in this
Sweating like
motherfucker.
a
Like,
pedophile on
I'm
the
really.
playground here.
I'm wearing a borrowed shirt. That's how fucking sweaty I am.
This guy is back on the escalator again. All right, folks. This was another episode of Address This Mess. We will try and get this one on the air.
Mm-hmm.
So our last one, we had like Jabba the Hutt came in or something. I don't know. Some weird fucking shit went on.
No, it showed up. It was a good podcast. We shot the shit a little bit.
We could not get
Talked
the
about
audio
life's-
figured out.
Talked about what life's like now.
The guy's lost some weight.
Lost a
might
lot of
add.
fame. It's like Dice Clay. Used to be so big.
Yeah.
Now he's just slugging it out.
Anyway, yeah, I'm out here. All right.
Right.
Thanks for listening.
Take
Good
care of
night.
each other, you savages.